Hey folks, Jimmy here, aka Pal the Dead. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormbringer magazine update video. Now, as per usual with all these videos, if you like them, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course, drop me a comment down below. I love hearing back from you guys. It goes a massive way to helping out the channel too. Now, with this video, as with the last few videos, we're going to go through the contents for Stormbringer magazine. Obviously, we've already gone all the way up to issue 70. If you haven't seen those videos, though, by all means, go and check them out either now and come back to us, or, you know, check them out at the end of the video. But there are some really good issues to look out for, so this will help you plan out what you want to get in advance. If you're only cherry picking issues, if you're going for the whole collection, you know what to expect, and if you're wanting to order extra of something, you've got the chance. But if not, then I suppose we should crack on with it. So, without further ado, all this information has been obtained online through a Warhammer forum and through fohammer.com. So this is pretty much 100% now. Really good stuff though, so let's crack on with it, shall we? So, issue 70, if you didn't see it, was the Warhammer Underworld's warband of the good old Iron Skulls boys. These are Oryx from the Iron Jaws clan. It's a warband for Warhammer Underworlds that you can't get now, and it's pretty cool. I like these guys. They're quite big, they're brutish, they have weird fat bellies, which is made weirder with the armour that they're wearing. But, you know, Oryx are Oryx, and they're quite good and quite fun, and genuinely an interesting bunch. So really good stuff there. Issue 71 is a paint issue, so 2 pots of paint. No idea what we're going to get with it. I imagine something decent, as we don't really have any more pots of paint left. It is our last paint issue, so who knows. It could involve, say for instance, the good old varnishes, maybe, who knows. I genuinely don't know, so just speculating wildly as per usual. Issue 72 though is a really cool one for your Stormcast Eternals. This one is one of the heroes. It is Lord Commander Bastian Karthalos. I have this guy. He is brilliant. He is a brilliant mini. He is super well sculpted. You can have him with a helmet or without a helmet. It is entirely up to you. He has the awesome flowing cape behind him. He has, you know, a pretty gnarly warhammer. He's just a proper badass, really, isn't he? So he looks super cool. He's one of the newer heroes. A really good mini though, and a bargain as well. This one is just shy of 30 quid at £27.50. So you're saving £18.51 buying this issue alone, which is really cool. And the base is kind of partially sculpted. Basically, you put all of it onto the base. Away you go. So really good stuff. I genuinely love the model though. I enjoyed painting it first time round, and I did it for the Lions of Sigmar, and I'm going to enjoy this one. And I've got a few techniques now that I'm probably a little bit more comfortable with, so I think I can do it slightly better than the last one. And yeah, really good. I love it. Really cool stuff. Issue 73, we get more of our Oryx. We get the Ard boys. So 5 of these guys. They're not too bad. Normally you get 15 in a box. So this isn't really a big saving. Just 5 of the Ard boys. Seems like a really low number out of all of it, which seems weird. It feels weird. It's not, doesn't feel right, does it? But they are really cool. They look interesting. They're Oryx as well, so they take a bit of punishment and give a bit of punishment out. But yeah, really good. Kind of looking forward to them. Issue 74 is our last piece of good old scenery. Is another Guardian Idol. So this is essentially everything that we get from the Realmscape Fondian Strongpoint box, near enough. So Guardian Idol, if you don't not aware, it's kind of like this statue that's built on the walls for circling the perimeter and guarding the Nexus Siphon for any strong points in Fondia, where basically they actually have their own abilities to produce projectiles using the magic provided by the Nexus Siphon. And yeah, they're not bad. They're pretty cool. They're different. They look weird. They're, just spot on. They're a pretty good bit of kit, really. So it's genuinely nice to see these guys. They're quite fun. Issue 75 is another Auric. So we get a War Chanter. So the Auric War Chanters, they're a bit different, a bit weird. They look cool though. So he's slightly less armoured than normal, with all these big massive horns and tusks that have been bolted onto his armour, and carrying these big chunky bones that have these faces of in there, and he's channeling the powers of Mork and Gork, I expect, through those. But yeah, it's a nice model, it's a good sculpt, it's a slightly older sculpt, but definitely worth having. So a good addition to your Auric War Clans, and it should be really good fun. And yeah, just a good one. I genuinely like them. I like all the Aurics in this range. They're really good fun. Now, here's on to the important ones. So these are the ones where people are going to pre-order the hell out of them, have shed loads, because bargain time. Issue 76, 77 and 78 are highly sought after. They are parts 1, 2 and 3 of the Storm Drake Guard for the Stormcast Eternals. Now, I'm looking forward to these guys, and I definitely want at least one more set of them. The Storm Drake Guard are obviously these lesser dragons being ridden by Stormcast Eternals. You can have them with a blade, or you can have them with the lance, entirely up to you. They are flyers. They're cool, they are brilliant. Split over 3 issues, you do save a decent amount of money as well. So if you're splitting it across 3, every issue would be $8.99 each. Each issue's value is £25, so you are saving £16 per issue spread across, which is a good sum of money overall. So that's really cool, and they are super cool. I imagine some people are going to love getting their hands on these. I know I am. And genuinely worth every penny. So, super cool stuff there. And yeah, can't wait. It'll be good fun. Really good fun. And then, finally, issues 79 and 80 are parts 1 and 2 of the same mini. This one is pretty cool. They could have had this one before the good old Storm Drakes, but they seem to be going with this one's last, and it's another Cruel Boys range mini. But this one's really good. I genuinely like this mini. It is the Swamp Boss Scumdrek. Now, this mini does make a couple of different ones if you wanted to. So if you want a couple of these, you can. But these are super cool monsters, is probably the best way to describe them. They are genuinely a monstrous unit. They have a Cruel Boys Auric on top of them. They have a couple of cages hanging off the sides of it. Nice large base, and split it across 2 parts. So this goes with our kind of Marsh Crawler Slogoth in the realms of weird creature territory that has been utilised for the Cruel Boys. Really good. I love it. It's a really good mini. Definitely worth having, because it's super cool and genuinely enjoyable one. And I can't wait to see some paint schemes on it, because it'll just be great. It'll be good. It'll be really good. Now, obviously, that rounds out the 80 issues. It is a complete mystery at the moment if they're going to do the same as what they did with Imperium magazine, where they add an extra 10 issues to it. There is always that possibility. You never quite know with these magazines what they're going to do. But if they did, what would you like to see out of it? Now, I kind of know what I would like to see. I would like to see some other minis. I would like to see Indrasta, the Celestial Spear for Stormcast Eternals, coming into it, because she was meant to be with one of the premium issues, and they removed it and put the good old cron discs with it instead. I would love to see some more Oryx, some more Gloomspite Gits, some Rockgut Troggoths, although they're coming with the premium issues anyway. Yeah, there's some really good stuff that they can add to this if they really wanted to do an extra 10 issues. So it's super cool. Now, obviously, there are some really good issues to look out for. So obviously, the Swamp Boss Scumdrek is going to be a really cool pair of issues. So are the Stormdrake Guard. Them 3 issues are going to fly off no matter what. And I can imagine people have already been trying to pre-order the hell out of them. It is what it is, but yeah, they're really good. Obviously, over the course of the run, there is a lot of other really good issues to look out for. So Bastion Karthalos, obviously a really high point. Having things like the good old Mega Boss, really cool. Having the Loon King, Scragrot coming along, having the Archanaut Admiral if you want your Cadron Overlords, and evidently the Gargant is always really cool. It's not a Mega Gargant, that would be absolutely stupendous to have. Not that we'd ever get one with this magazine, but that would be super cool. And obviously there's a lot more behind it, so really good stuff. I genuinely think Stormbringer magazine has been a super cool set of issues. I don't think they could have done much better with the planning of this. I think it surpasses Mortal Realms as well. So Mortal Realms was really good, but I'm not going to lie, Nighthaunt get a little bit tedious and a bit boring. Genuinely, you can paint them all the same and they look all identical, which is the problem with them. With this range, everything looks different, which is super cool. You've got a lot more scope as well, so if you wanted to go for Gloomspite Gits, you can. If you wanted the Auric Warclans, you can. If you want Stormcast Eternals, you can just cherry pick Stormcast Eternals. If you want Sylvaneth, you can cherry pick Sylvaneth. And if you want Cadron Overlords, you can cherry pick the Cadron Overlords. Really good stuff. A super cool range, a super cool magazine, and it's going to be an enjoyable ride for the last issues. So genuinely excited for it. For some issues, I must admit, I definitely need to pre-order sometime soon. But yeah, really good stuff. Anyway, that is it from me. By all means, let me know what you think of all 80 issues in the comments. And I love doing these videos, and I will continue doing them for as much as possible. But with that said, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye bye now.